guys, it's Ariel here from Fix My Books, and today we are going to talk about the difference of a T1, T2, T3, and T4. I know it's confusing, so let's get started and I'll explain to you the differences. Okay, so first things first, a T1 is your personal tax return and your T2 is a corporate tax return. So if you don't own a corporation, you are not going to file a T2. So your T1 is your personal tax return that is also called actually a T1 general. So everyone needs to file a T1. It's due every year on April 30th, and the only time that this date changes is if it's on a weekend. So if it's on a weekend, it could be due May 1st or May 2nd, right? And it's due on June 15th if you're self-employed. So if you have a sole proprietorship, it's due on June 15th instead. So the other thing you need to know about the T1 General is that you need to imagine this as a folder, not as a T-slip. So in this T1 folder, you will file your T3 and T4 slips with your T1 General. So another T-slip that gets filed with your T1 General or goes into your T1 General folder is the T2125, which is the Statement of Business or Professional Activities. So basically, this is your profit and loss if you have a sole proprietorship. So the T2 is your corporate tax return. So this is the corporation's version of the T1. If you have a corp, you will file both a T1 and T2 every year. So this is also not to be confused with the corporation's annual return. That's different. So a T2 is the corporate tax return and an annual return is different. So you both have to file them annually, but don't get confused with the annual return name, okay? So what is an annual return? An annual return is basically you telling the government some basic information about your corporation. Is the mailing address still the same? Is the information about shareholders and directors still the same? Or did maybe you remove a director and replace your director with a different one? So that's basically what the annual return is for. It's just like some basic information about your corporation. Okay, next. So what is a T3? So a T3 is actually the Statement of Trust, Income Allocations, and Designations. That's the name of it. So usually this will show your dividends and capital gains for the year. So if you have a corporation and the corporation issues you dividends throughout the year, like this is a corporation you own, right? Like this is not like stocks or something, like this is a corporation that you own. So if your corp issues you dividends throughout the year, you will need to file a T3 for those dividends in your personal tax return. And if you have a bookkeeper, they should be making this for you, or your accountant should be making this T3 slip for you. And what is a T4? I think everyone is more familiar with this. So the T4 is actually called the Statement of Remuneration Paid. If you have wages or salaries, like you're an employee, bonuses, commissions, it will all be put into your T4. Anything basically employment income related is in the T4. This T4, just like the name just T4, is not to be confused with the other types of T4s because there are T4As and things like that. So a T4 is with your employment income, and the other types of T4s are for different incomes, which I'll show you guys now. So the other types of T4 slips are actually the T4A. You can see that usually this is issued to subcontractors every year. So if you have a subcontractor and you paid them more than $500 for the year, you will need to issue them a T4A. So a T4A OAS is if you how much money basically you took from old age security and so on and so forth for all of these other ones. So a T4E, right, is actually when you take money from EI. Like if you get EI benefits throughout the year, then you will get a T4E to account for those EI benefits that you took. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever I upload new videos to my YouTube channel. And once again, this is Ariel from Fix My Books, helping you fix your books.